Here's a suggestion, by the way. I mean, because I'm always after answers to these things, and I think that a suggestion that we could try to get agreement on across all political boundaries, such as they now exist, is that I think you get an absolute majority in all the developed countries for the following proposition, which is that nobody should be held back from achieving whatever they can achieve in their life by dint of a characteristic over which they have no say.
Yes.
And I think, I mean, maybe people aren't honest to pollsters. I think they pretty much. I think it's a very small number of people now in America or Britain who think that a woman who's able to do the job shouldn't get the job because she's a woman.
Right.
I think a very small number of people think that, those of us who are gay shouldn't achieve things because we're gay if we can do them. And I think a very small number of people, they exist, but I think there's definitely a vast minority. I think most people think that you shouldn't be held back from whatever you can achieve because of the color of your skin. I think
Yes.
we have almost total agreement on this in our
Yes.
societies. And I resent, by the way, those people on the far left who pretend that actually everybody on the right doesn't agree to that, because it's absolute agreement on that. What there is a disagreement about is a perfectly serious issue to disagree on, which is how you go about making sure that those optimal conditions not only are attained but remain in place.
Yes.
But broadly speaking, that's the deal by now, and it's not such a bad disagreement to have. And if we had it out honestly, and if we had it sincerely, we could get there. We could solve that.
I'm a big fan of Steven Pinker's, and one of the things that I enjoy about Steven Pinker's work is watching people get angry at him saying how things are better today than they've ever been before. And I think that's really inarguably true. It's pretty clear when you look at the statistics of violence, of rape, of murder, of theft, of all the variables that we would consider to be important in a polite society. There's less of all those things today than there have been in the past. Mm-hmm. There's less homophobia, there's less racism, there's less all those things.
There is a way back, and it has to involve, as I said before, some historical context. It has to involve people knowing about things that happened before yesterday, has to involve people knowing about things that have happened and are happening now around the world. Because if you have it in context, you cannot possibly think that the system you've got going in America is so unfair that it deserves to have a 1789 or 1917 moment. And maybe what will happen is that people will start to see the stakes, will realize that they were interested in the performative bit of revolution, but they don't actually want to burn down the whole damn building. And you just have to hope those people are going to be in large enough numbers to see off the people who see a great big bloody pyrotechnic disaster and just want to rush towards it.